So on this leg of the Heart of England Way, we're walking down from Lichfield Cathedral down Dam Street, which is where we are now, and we'll be heading through Lichfield, then down out into the countryside, and then we'll be looping back past some military shooting grounds. So it should be a nice walk for the dogs, although obviously the town bit will be a bit challenging for Danny. So there is the cathedral behind us, and that is where we turned off on the previous walk. We are heading down there. So the route carries on down that quite busy pedestrian street there. It's quite nice old historic buildings down that street.
We finally reached the end of the roadwork section, and we're going to turn off onto this footpath over there on the right.
It's a lot better. We're off that long bit of road where we walked alongside the A51, and now we're out on grass fields. There are signs saying beware of cattle, but I can't see any out, and there's definitely no sheep, so the boys are off. We're obviously just on the edge of Lichfield, so the A51 is just over to my left. Over there. So it is still slightly noisy, but definitely feels like we're heading back out into the countryside now. It's basically walking in a straight line. Since you come off the road, the A51, through some fields, through some hedgerow edges. So it's pretty much a straight line until we turn off the Heart of England Way and start our return loop. And I'm sorry it's so grey. Every time I have a day off, I think I'll come out for a walk. There is no sunshine. But you know, this is England in January. It's a beauty all of its own, isn't it? So this is the first evidence on the Heart of England Way of HS2. Unfortunately, we will come across this quite a lot, but for now it doesn't affect this section because we're carrying on down this bridle path. These calves have been following us along the fence line. They are quite fascinated by the dogs. They're only quite wee, so this is quite exciting for them. I'm glad this isn't smell-o-vision, because now we're walking past, I think it's a chicken farm. It's quite pungent, and I don't mind countryside smells, but hopefully we'll be past them fairly soon. So we've seen cattle, smelt the chickens, now we've got pigs, obviously we've seen plenty of arable as well. So almost everything in a couple of miles south of Lichfield. Our path neatly carries on between the hedge lines. So this is where we're going to leave the Heart of England Way. The way goes right down there. And this is Knox's Hill Lane, apparently. And we're going to go left and loop back round to Lichfield.
Mr. Knox, who the lane is named after, was apparently a highwayman, and his body was buried somewhere nearby. Slightly spooky.
This almost feels a bit like Cannock Chase with all the bracken. We're sort of along the back of the pig farm now. They are all tucking into all sorts of, I don't know what they're being fed, but they're all noshing away on different things. So the bridleway has become this little tarmac track because there's a quarry to our right. Can't really see it behind all the hedge growth. And at the bottom of this, we're just going to turn left across the little footpath and then cross over the A51 and then head into those woods that you can see over there. So this is on both sides of the track, this restoration conservation area, which I'm assuming is probably ground they've reclaimed from the quarry. So as you get to the top of the hill, you turn left onto this path here, and that's where we head down to the A51. So come down those steps, cross the road, which actually wasn't too bad. And then this is Ministry of Defence firing range, so we just have to be careful. Now I have checked and there isn't any firing today. If there was, there would be a flag up there. This is the Whittington Ranges. It's actually quite a nice path. Fairly popular walking spot, to be honest. And soon we'll be away from the noise of the traffic. So this is a fairly flat walk. There's been that one little hill up by the nature reserve, and pretty good going underfoot considering it's January. I might be speaking too soon, there might be horrendous mud overhead, up ahead even. But this is definitely, for a winter walk, really not a bad one. We're just leaving the woods now and the firing range behind us and heading into more open, arable landscape again. Definitely, maybe not used at the moment, but a rabbit warren, I suspect. Doesn't look big enough for badgers. As you can see, we're back in firing range territory, but instead of being testing in the woods, this is now obviously quite open. Dogs are happy, they found some mud. So this is Lichfield Brook, I'm not sure how you actually pronounce it. And you can see the bridleway sign is sending us up there, and that is the direction we want to be heading. That looks like a golf course. It's not. Now the guidebook says we go straight across there where there's all those caution signs. Just zoom in. Which the Komoot app wouldn't let me log, and there's lots of caution signs. So I'm just going to go over and have a read. If not, we can go up this lane, turn left and drop down basically the other side of that golf course. So we're crossing the golf course. You can cross, you just need to follow the path, keep following the posts with the yellow tops on, keep an eye out for those guys playing golf, but this is just slightly nicer than walking along the road. Dogs on leads. Crossed over them, straight over the middle of the golf course, and now we've hit the lane and we're going to carry on that way. GPX file would have had us coming down here, but obviously we've cut across the golf course as the guidebook explains, and on that way. that's Lichfield Road, and we are turning left down there. So actually there is a path that runs parallel to Lichfield Road along the side of the golf course. There's that road there. As there's no pavement, we're just following this for as much as we can.
We then made our way back into Lichfield. This loop is about 10.5 miles long, but you can miss out the more urban area and park at the Horse and Jockey pub and just do the more rural loop. It's a really enjoyable walk, good underfoot, so I hope you might try it.